Peace and love, everyone. See it right, the Matrix on the track.
Peace and love, everyone.
I'm about to hit you with a dual chapter on the fake spiritual awakening that happened in the past 10 years. I call it the CIA-induced spiritual awakening. So sit back and enjoy it. And don't shoot the messenger. Chapter 1. Let's go! It was a fake awakening, the sleep state, tuned into a dream state, mind deep, fake, created by guys, the seek, hey, programming your thoughts, EOMOE, brains bait, awaken for real and enlighten yourself, don't let them soul take, don't get caught in the deep dream state, wake up your mind that the CIA makes. The CIA has created a dream state, chemically, physically, emotionally induced deep state, programmed through experiments and psychological influence that we take. TV, movies, news, sports, entertainment, it's all been done since way back in the day. This information ain't nothing to play with. This is the triangle. People talk about the hidden hand. Secrets to man, new and old. Secrets they hold. Old men, keys to the soul. Young and old, the rest don't know. They call it the Illuminati. They want your mind, soul and body, ancient symbolism, ancient wisdom, archetypal control, esoteric psychology. They get them written from the scroll. Nobody knows, let the truth be told. You ain't awake yet, well I'm here to let y'all know. It was a fake awakening, the sleep state, tuned into a dream state, mind deep, fake, created by guys to see, programming your thoughts, GMOE, brains baked, awaken for real and enlighten yourself, don't let them soul take. Don't get caught in a deep dream state. Wake up your mind that the CIA makes. They want your mind, they done this a long time. You need to come to the conclusion, it's all an illusion. Total mind, confusion, soul trap, bring contusion. Hollywood, one of the biggest mind influence machines on earth. Trapping you from the beginning, from the womb to the birth. Take your words, this is the triangle, people talk about it. When you know and understand it, the truth comes out. From Manny P. Hall to Timothy Leary and Joseph Campbell. Dark rooms, synagogues, tunnels to command you. Liquid candle, dark eyes staring at you. Satanic rituals, spiritual visuals. Demonic entities, energies, individuals. Snatching your soul with symbols and sigils. This is ancient knowledge, hidden powers. They know the symbols, they watching you through cosmic principles. Archetypes and propaganda, look at the screens, they trap you. What if I told you your awakening was created, manipulated, and manufactured? I ain't mad at you. It was a fake awakening, the sleep state, tuned into a dream state, mind deep, fake, created by guys that seek hate, programming your thoughts, GMOE, brains big, awaken for real and enlighten yourself, don't let them soul take. Don't get caught in the deep dream state. Wake up your mind that the CIA makes. Yeah. Write the major purpose. Let's go. CIA created hell. Yeah.
Millions of dollars would be spent on LSD research at universities throughout the country, and word would begin to spread on campus about this so-called mind-blowing drug. And suddenly, there was the counterculture of the 60s.
I give the CIA a total credit for sponsoring and initiating the entire consciousness movement, counterculture events of the 1960s.
Dr. Timothy Leary, the 1960s Johnny Appleseed of LSD.
The CIA funded and supported and encouraged hundreds of young psychiatrists to experiment with this drug. The fallout from that was that the young psychologists began taking it themselves, discovering that it was an intelligence-enhancing, consciousness-raising experience.
I know that some of the studies in which the CIA had supported used as subjects people who later became strong proselytizers of LSD. So, in that sense, yes, I think it did sustain the perpetuation of the use of the drug. And it's rather ironic, isn't it,
The counter case that I would make in relationship to that is to remember that the people who were doing the research were people who would be doing the research regardless of who was the sponsor. I don't think anybody working in that time in the remotest ever thought that it would blow up into the kind of thing that it did.
Chapter 2. It was a fake awakening. The sleep state, tuned into a dream state, mind deep fake, created by guys that seek hate. Programming your thoughts, GMO, weed, brains bake. Awaken for real and enlighten yourself, don't let them soul take. Don't get caught in the deep dream state. Wake up your mind that the CIA makes. As we go deep in this rabbit hole, there's some things you need to understand and deeply have to know. This is old, it's used with a combination of psychedelics, GMO food, synthetic medicines, and mass media mind control that they control you and mold you into creatures that you don't even know. Lose your soul, lose control. Directors of the show or the spirit of the human beings that they control. NPCs, that energy manipulation. This creates mental imprisonment and soul confinement across the nations. The CIA has a job and it's to control human behavior and intelligence. Unthoughtfulness and forgetfulness. It's an agency that gets paid for you to see total confusion. Keep living in an illusion. Burn your constitution. Central nervous system, brain fogging and dementia. A whole generation manufactured distractions equals no revolution. No shooting, this was his purpose, at least not nervous. They know they made you worthless, mind brain waves below the surface. Delta waves channel through inner workings, from alpha waves to the beta waves. They twisted your minds, dead in a maze, stuck in phase. They got you play. Yeah, it was a fake awakening. The sleep state, tune into a dream state, mind deep fake, created by guys that seek hate. Programming your thoughts, you know we brains bake. Awaken for real and enlighten yourself, don't let them soul take. Don't get caught in a deep dream state. Wake up your mind that the CIA makes. Through music, movies, TV, and social media, they create an emotionally charged reactions. This makes it easy to steer socially and politically charged actions. All distractions, the government knows and understands. Rebellious would be in a critical pattern before they map this. Political movements created by critical solutions. Easily moving, easy to provoke, but they know they will never revolt. I look at political movements as a complete joke. Understanding at the top, they already choke, infiltrated and manipulated. CIA ops already contemplated. You need to wake up and understand that the hidden hand of a man hides like footprints in the sand. It gets washed away, but then molded again with the other hands. Your spiritual waking is fake, it's CIA induced. Spiritual healing, the mind liberated feeling. Flat earth, round earth, dome ceiling. It's all fake and propagated and manipulated. Truth, movement, heavy manipulated. It was a fake awakening. The sleep state, tune into a dream state, mind deep fake, created by guys that seek hate. Programming your thoughts, GMO, we brains bake. Awaken for real and enlighten yourself, don't let them soul take. Don't get caught in a deep dream state. Wake up your mind at the CIA makes. Yeah, right, the Matrix has been through it all. Through crystals, meditation, that crystal ball of predictions. Numerology, astrology, ancient traditions. All these things were used and abused. Manly P. Hall taught us about its use. Bringing Eastern teachings to the Western modern world would open up a door of darkness, unpearled. Mental telepathy, I hope y'all understand where I'm getting, you see. Most people are still plugged into the Matrix, believing and dreaming, thinking they're awake to some new unfounded meanings. Esoteric teachers, it's the spiritual healing, the spiritual feeling. Yeah, you need to understand that many of these practices will open you up. Fake love, cause the hidden hand wants to place inside you no love. Demonic dimensions, astral projections, yoga and mind, altered perceptions. Open your spirit up for demonic possessions. Open tensions so you had eyes to see. You would understand, these are negative dark entities. You need to fight, spread light, get them gone. That's all I got for this deep song. Understand the enlightenment, that yeah right, the Matrix is on. Detached from these attachments, they were all created by the CIA factions. It was a fake awakening, the sleep state. Tune into a dream state, mind deep fake, created by guys that seek hate. Programming your thoughts, GMO, we brains bake. Awaken for real and enlighten yourself, don't let them soul take. Don't get caught in a deep dream state. Wake up your mind at the CIA. Much love everybody, yeah, right, the Matrix out. I hope you can understand what's happening. CIA mind control, big faction. Fake awakening.
Peace and love, everyone. See it right, the Matrix on the track.
Peace and love, everyone.
I'm about to hit you with a dual chapter.
What's up, everybody? Back with another video. Let me see if I'm gonna lose you real quick. So, yeah, y'all about to lose me for 1 second. Y'all might can still hear me, but we going through a tunnel right now. Let me know if y'all can hear me. Shit. Y'all can hear? Okay, but I'm gonna wait anyway because it's good. Won't have cut. Cut. Your end is near. Uh, Linden Lamb. Um, all right, I think I just okay. I'm out now. All right. So y'all can hear me? Just give me a thumbs up, something. But shout out to everybody. Figured I'd go live. Left off where I left off. Okay. So yeah, what's up, everybody? Back with another video, and this video is kind of where I left off on my last stream. So if you didn't see the last stream, check out the last stream. And um, you know, because I touched on a little bit about how they are targeting, white people. And you already know we don't really do the race. We don't do the race thing here, but it is what it is. They're targeting white people, white supremacy, white privilege, white entitlement. Um, this is what they're doing. And just, the past couple of days since the last live stream, you've seen that rhetoric, uptick. Okay. And again, why are they targeting the white, white privilege, white supremacy? It's because they don't want that, you know, that that mentality affects the global economy. Okay. So that is a superior target. And, the Muppet Trump is leading the way with that. You can see today what was viral news everywhere was Trump tweets, Obama, Michelle as monkeys and shit. I mean, seriously. And at first this morning they was like, "Oh, it's AI, it's fake." So I left it at that. Yeah, there's no way, you know, and there's no. I mean, we know Trump doesn't tweet anyway. I mean, if the guy, you probably give him a phone or a computer, say, "Look, tweet this message." He wouldn't know how to do it. It's the controllers that tweet it. But this morning I thought it was just, AI like always, and somebody put it out and they da da da, and that's how they originally early in the day came out and said it. But as the days goes on, they actually came out and said, and Republicans called on him to take it down. So the last thing I knew is he really did say that shit. Well, you know what I mean. He didn't really say it, but it is what it is. And this is exactly what I've been telling people for the past few days, all over, these platforms. You know, um, well, I can't read the comments really. Cuts had a great stream last night about all of stuff. Straight up. All right, I'm not about to talk about that. But anyways, so I at last time I looked, they fessed up to it. Like they literally said it basically came from him. Like, wow, I'm shocked. And again, they're running a live operation on us right now, hitting us at all kind of different angles. All right, and I didn't really get to look into it more, but I mean, you come out with that kind of rhetoric, that's pretty crazy, And then he actually did tweet that. Well, not tweet it. It was on True Social, but you know, I mean, it is what it is. But also, you have TPUSA, which is having its own halftime Super Bowl show. Okay. Now, why is that so crazy? Is because, well, obviously it's going to be all white folks, and we already know the TPUSA rhetoric that they've been propagating, right? And this is just what is. This is the climate of what they're doing, guys. It's nothing to do with race, none of that crap, you know? So it is what it is. Um, ban me then. Why would I ban you? I don't get it. Yeah, right. Of course, we all know that. But I'm just telling you what they're targeting. They're not. We're already separated through politics and all this other shit. No, no, this is something way bigger than that. All right, race divides America. It doesn't really divide the rest of the world. But you got a TPUSA halftime show. All right, now right then and there, okay, you got a separate halftime show. Why? All right, why? Why is that even? Why is that even a thing? You know, I mean, because some Spanish people are doing a halftime show, that doesn't even make any sense, right? Unless there's some kind of agenda, and that's what they're doing. Why would they want to do that? It just shows like, you guys know what I'm saying. I can't put into work. It shows like, okay, what is that, like some form of protest? Like you're protesting the Super Bowl by having your own halftime Super Bowl because you don't want a Spanish halftime, and then it's going to fit back into, and what this later does is fit back into, just like I've been telling all these people who are all cheering for deportation, right? Oh, they're all cheering for deportation. 90% of the people are all white, right? But what they're actually doing is their deep rooted hatred of another race of people. They're putting it all through this. Like, they're not just like deport them, they're like really embodying this energy to like put all their hatred into deporting them. So much so where the people that are deported, if they kill U.S. citizens in the process, they don't even care. Like, that's how serious this is. You know, that's how serious this is. Guys, listen, whatever y'all got going on, y'all, please do that on another channel. All right? Please. Don't do that here. Like, come on, man. Can we not do that, like, right here? Like, I'm trying to get a message out. Like, I don't, come on, man. Let's see something. Do this. Yeah, let's come on, man. Y'all chill out. Whatever's going on, I can't. I'm not trying to read it right now. I got my phone all the way on dark and I'm moving around in here, and you know, but these people that are for all this deportation shit, right? And I mean, it's common. I mean, listen, guys, y'all know well, I don't know about y'all, but me, it's common sense. Okay, I get it. If there's criminals that y'all gotta go get them, go get them. But all this snatching people off of roofs and like making up excuses and then stopping you and say all this stuff. I mean, come on, it's obvious what they're doing. That's not. They're provoking. They're doing this. They're. It's an agenda. All right. We don't got to talk about common sense. But these people, which they're mostly white. I mean, it's what it is. I've been all through all these. I mean, I've been literally. There's posts where I've made a post and there's been 1,500 comments on it, 500 comments, 800 comments. Okay, so I know what I'm talking about. All right, and I click on the photos and the profiles. I always click and look at who I'm talking to, and it's always they're older white, younger white. They're with that. And these people, I told them, look, y'all wouldn't care if they were immigrants or illegal immigrants. Y'all want them all deported deep down inside. Y'all want and you could see the rhetoric. Like that's what they have brain. Damn, that motherfucker was on the media. God damn, that dude crashed. I mean, it's probably well deserved what he's doing. You know. So, um, you got this, this, this already. These people, they're like getting the rock, like they're really, like they're digging up this racism out of these people and letting them shovel it online and through their emotions, right? Not realizing that they're watching them, like they're the target, like clearly the target. This Obama thing that just came out with a Michelle were monkeys. These are who they're targeting. Those people love that stuff. And now the TPUSA halftime show, they love it. They believe that they're making the country. I don't know what they believe in. I don't know, you know, uh, what they're believing. But all I know is what they're targeting. All right, and they're targeting it really, really hard. Okay. And I tell the people, they're all like, yeah, you believe in deportation, all this other crap, whatever, whatever. And then they'll say, yeah, and those people that got shot, they deserved it for interfering. Like, they're literally, like, they don't realize, yeah, they're like, they're so stupid and blind, they don't see they just shot and killed two fucking white people. Like, literally killed two white people. One was a nurse, doctor, whatever. One was just, another lady, but, whatever y'all, they call her, whatever. They didn't look at their skin color. They don't care. They're like, these people believe that it was justified because they believe they were interfering, that they were killed. Like, this is the mindset of these people. Okay. And there's other races that are involved in that I did see, but I'm just talking about the majority of it is what they're trying to get. All right. They're targeting it just like they did January 6th. I mean, this has been doing this for a long time. And you've been hearing some white folks saying, oh, yeah, we're under attack. What am I? White folks are y'all. People don't travel. They're the minority. I was literally just in Washington D.C. and I'll be telling these stupid Trump supporters. I said, guys, Washington D.C. is a straight Democratic city, straight liberal. Like it couldn't be more liberal. It's literally next to. You literally got Seattle, Portland, and then goddamn D.C. Then you got Nashville. You got Little Rock. You got what's the other one over there? Uh, you got Tennessee. What's the other one? There's another one over there. All right, super liberal cities, but DC is like number three. Washington DC in Maryland that surrounds that little square block of DC is super liberal. Okay, and that's what these people don't know. They talking about Trump big. It's like I tell them, y'all know this. You're not in a you're not in a republic, okay? So therefore, both Democrats and Republicans are for a democracy, which means they're both democratic forms of government. They're both doing the exact same shit. They both switched each other's role over the years to do the same thing, and these people can't even see this crap. I'm like, how do y'all not know there's no visible republic, and y'all motherfuckers don't even know how to live in the republic if you actually understood it. You guys go out and vote, therefore you eliminated your republic already. Like, these people are just, it's just so mind blowing, man. But the hatred that these people have is unbelievable, and they're all around us. It is what it is. They're all around us. And these people are the target, you know? And again, it fits into the agenda. Take down America and that belief of America, all right? Because they're propagating this to the rest of the world, all right? This is what it is. They're propagating this to the rest of the world. The rest of the world is watching, all right? It just is what it is. And again, this is for the global economy, not the New World Order that we've been told you. You can say it's a New World Order. I still see truthers talk about a New World Order. You can say it is, but not the way we've been taught. It's a new global economy. You have countries that are still the same country. Just the United States is going to be changed. All these other countries, they're still going to be exactly what they are. They're not collapsing. UK and stuff like that, they're going to collapse, but not in a sense of like the United States is going to collapse. All right? It's not happening like that. All right? The United States is not going to be that power structure anymore. That dollar is going to be gone across the world. It just is. That's just the way it is. No other country is dissolving or falling or failing, or none of them are. None of them going to fall, except for ones that are tied with United States, like UK, Australia, and they're not even going to really falter. They're going to dissolve themselves and go right into the into the new global economy. The United States is the one that's not going to go right into it. They got a lot of tooling. They got a lot of fixing to do over here. All right, and that's why they're targeting white America. It ain't got nothing to do with racism or nothing. They're targeting white America. They're targeting that belief. So they're gonna either eliminate that belief, or they're gonna propagate the change of that mentality. And they've been doing it for a long time. All right. And now I understand, and that's the beauty of me choosing the way I've eaten. For years, I've been able to see this through these communities. All right. These liberal communities, these they have these communities, which actually are the most beautiful communities in the cities. Any city you go to, if you go to where like all the artsy stuff, the vegetarian stuff, the vegan stuff, the social areas, they're always the most beautiful in the whole entire city. And the most fun and that's where all the most of the entertainment is at. And it's all the places where it's built up. It's all the places where the businesses are thriving at. So a lot of people don't understand that, man. And they're eliminating it. Like, why are these areas thriving? But yet I see other areas, that they're changing it over. People are complaining. You have these white areas. I'm in groups where there's white towns. Where I'm from, there's white towns all surrounding Rochester that are all going through a change, and everybody's complaining. Who's complaining? All the white folks are changing. The Democrats are taking over. No, man, they're setting it up right in front of your face. See, New York has to set it up because New York is going to be a part of the global economy. New York, Florida, Louisiana, Texas, California is already another country. All right, basically a lot of the coastal areas. That's what they're doing. Savannah, Georgia, they've put um, Susquehanna Investments have dumped so much money into the port of Savannah. They rebuilt that whole crap because they know, oh, what are they going to be? They're going to have to be involved with trading. Okay. I mean, all these things, if you get out of your comfort zone and take off the truther mask and get out, talk to people, look around, open your eyes, you'll see they've been formulating this stuff, man. And I start to see it, and I get it, what they're doing now. And last week, uh, last week they had some like a thing called Ice Out protest, right? And they had it in Rochester, and all these restaurants. It was like 25 businesses and restaurants shut down that day to support it. And all you saw on social media were all the freaking Republicans, conservatives talking shit. Like, look at these dumbass idiots, these libtards. They lose business, for something, and just put all their immigration rhetoric behind it and all their political rhetoric behind it. And like, they're gonna lose business, laughing and like, what idiots. They don't realize they did this during COVID. They did this during George Floyd. They did it before that. Like, and these businesses are still thriving. You know why? Because these businesses have community. These businesses have things in the back door in place that y'all know nothing the fuck about. Not you guys, but these people that were talking all this shit. And I was telling them, like, I've been visiting these businesses for years. They're always busy. They're always packed. They support one another. And you hear these people saying they never even heard of the businesses. I'm like, how you never even heard of these places? They've been around for years. Well, they won't be around no longer. Ha ha. What a bunch of dumbass. They're going to lose business behind this. They don't realize their community is bigger than your community. Like, they support the community. Like, their communities are. This is what they built. This is what they've been telling people to build for so many years, is a community-based businesses and organizations, which actually the cities has funded and promoted and helped. Which now you look at it, you're like, and now them businesses ain't none of them going out of business. It keeps y'all weird, these weird people out with all these weird ass beliefs. You go in there, welcoming, you see all kind of races and everything in between. You know, and I'm trying to tell these people, like, they're not gonna. I mean, y'all gotta look at y'all community. Y'all don't support each other. I mean, this is like the truther communities, but in real life. I mean, this is what it is. You know. So, anyways, I was telling these people, like, look at y'all. All you conservatives, Republicans, all y'all do is argue amongst yourself all day. You complain because all you guys got a different beliefs, like some damn religion. How y'all all believe in everything but the left, but y'all can't get nothing together, and y'all fight in the community and fight each other. You got this Republican Party, that Republican Party, this conservative Republican Party, this party, and that party. All these parties, I don't even fucking know. And y'all can't get along because y'all say, oh, this guy's got a big ear. Meanwhile, their whole community's always together. They always show up. Something happens, they close their business. They support one another. Business failing, they help the other business. So there's this one restaurant I go to. The owner rides a bike to the work in the winter, and this lady's got millions of dollars. Like, she literally rides a bike. Like, they don't care about certain things. Like, they just don't. I mean, it is what it is. So man, it's mind blowing. Where I'm getting at is these are sustainable communities. Now I start to realize, damn, they've been subconsciously telling us about sustainability and sustainable. Well, they're basically showing us that we need to sustain what's coming. And I see these places, and I'm like, oh, now I'm starting to understand what the hell they've been talking about. Because I've been looking into the BRICS, and this is what the BRICS also talks about: cultures, diversity, all that stuff to band together, okay, to help each other build community, build infrastructures, and do all this other stuff. And then I started to look at, damn, who was talking about building infrastructures? Our own government? And I started like, wait a minute. And now things start to come together, and I started to see that, wow, they've been telling us all along, but actually not telling us, because if they told us the United States was over, it would create a huge, not ready panic, like a comet hurling to Earth, like a doomsday scenario. And now I see it. They're eliminating this sector over here. They're moving this out of here. They're taking this away over here. They're cutting off this over here. Trump is slowly pulling out all the plugs to the machine. Meanwhile, propagating it to the brain dead that they want to target, that everything's fine and they're making America great again. And at the same time, destroying it right in front of their faces, and they can't even see it. And I'm thinking about, I'm like, you know what? They're doing more for the side they believe they hate than the side they actually believe they're on. That's crazy, you know? So, yeah, age of illusion, age of illusion. Yes, just it's over, man. And it's a total illusion. They're collapsing the illusion, the dream, you know? And they're collapsing it because they're invested in the other side, you know? So this is something that, I mean, you can see it. And with this TPUSA halftime show, Super Bowl, and this thing with Obama, hey, you can't tell me. You're not. Hey, I know how to put 3 and 3 and 4 and 4 together. The other day, I just got done telling y'all about this, and now they come out with 2 more things. Come on, why would you have a Super Bowl, your own Super Bowl? Like, that just shows separatism, right? It's just what it shows. I mean, yeah, you can do that, but I thought this was about America, right? They shoot all this red, white, and blue in the USA, and you're gonna like, y'all believe in that football shit. So y'all want to take away because there's some damn Spanish people doing the halftime show. And there's how many legal Spanish people here, born here, that would love that halftime show? Come on, man. You if y'all can't see what they're doing, and they're creating more rate, we can see, y'all can see, there is a bigger racism uptick. Don't look at it as, oh, they're creating racism again, trying to divide. Look at it as, no, they're targeting a certain demographic of people. Let it be. Just like I started trolling, basically. I said, you know what? Y'all convinced me. I support Trump now. You know, I'm a Trump supporter now. I'm telling y'all right here, right now on this live stream, I'm a Trump supporter. You know why? Because he's hurling this motherfucker economy right out of here. So I support Trump 100%. Keep it going. Keep pulling the plug out. Keep destroying it, because it's got to go. And I know a lot of people agree with me. It's got to go. You don't want to hold on to this no more. Face it, it's done. You know? And people don't like when I say that, but you can't stop it, so you got to come to the conclusion. Nobody's stopping it. Nobody's waking up. You're not going to wake anybody up. I've seen enough how they already, we already knew when they pulled that Kirk demon out. When they brought that Kirk demon through the portal from all these people, that's the exact energy I see ever since this ice crap been going on. They're literally gloating, happy, and glad two people got murdered. They didn't care what they did. Hey, they deserved that. To them, they deserved it because the job is to get people they hate out of here. So these people hate their old people. Like, this is mind blowing. Did you ever thought you would see the day where white folks hate white folks? And this has got nothing to do with, we don't do race here. I'm just shook. This is their world, what they're doing. Okay? This is what they're doing. You know? And now I started to think, like, damn, this is why some white folks don't surround themselves with them type of white folks. I never got it. And now I get it. I'm like, yo, they separated themselves from that kind of whiteness. I was like, shit, I get it. I've been in these communities for all these years and didn't understand it. And now I got it. I'm like, that's why they don't like those white. They can't stand them white folks. Now I know why these liberals hate them kind of white people. Yeah, they programmed them and propagated them, but they separated themselves from that. I've seen the actual white people arguing with each other. One was like liberal type, and the other was like a Karen Becky. And they were arguing, and she was like, "You're white privilege. You think you got this and you got that. You don't understand." I'm like, damn, well, now I understand. Damn, they fucking proving a point right there. You know? Because we all, hey, the people, I ain't white. I see this entitlement all the time. I done had to tell some people to shut the fuck up before. I said, you ain't no special than anybody else. Get your ass over there. You know? And they have propagated so much more. Those people are so much more. You could tell when you're driving on the road and a Chevy Silverado comes past you and flips you the bird, and you don't even know what you did. Like, these people are already triggered, man. Same thing with the liberals. They're already triggered. Y'all already know. Talking when it comes to the bricks that's coming on. You can't, there's no, I mean, guys, you could just go look at it. Go understand it. That is coming on. That coming on. Your government is not coming on saying we're joining BRICS. We're joining BRICS, and that's going to be the new economy, and everything's going to be fine. Let's go. No, they're not telling you at all. Like, zero. Like, come on, like, that is the biggest red flag. Them not telling you nothing, zero about it. Meanwhile, all the companies are aligning themselves with it. All the investors, all the stock traders, all that stuff, they're all aligned with it. You know? I mean, it just is what it is. A lot of people, they want to hold on to this girlfriend. They want to hold on to this girlfriend. And you look at the people that want to hold on to with you, you want to be a part of them people. You know, hey, that's on you. You know? But they are taking it down. And then this Epstein stuff, oh my God. We all know it's a psychological operation. I walked in the gas station today. They were talking about, man, did you hear about, the the freaking McDonald's? Oh my God, can you believe that? And they released the Epstein file, just like I played the one guy, Shasem Bolson, where he was talking about you release the Epstein files, and then they actually released the Epstein files. Matter of fact, I'm gonna play it again so you can hear it again. You know, one of my biggest trolls actually had the nerve to come to the channel and say that was AI, that wasn't real, because that motherfucker, them motherfuckers himself is in denial. They don't want to believe it. They want to hold on to this American baby, you know. They want to hold on to this American baby. They don't want to believe it. Don't tell me this shit. This right here. Matter of fact, I'm gonna go play it. Take me a quick intermission. Said this is AI. Let me just think about the finding shit. Shout out to my brother right here. Shout out to my brother. Do I even got it right here? That's it. I think that's it. That's it. Got an audio of it? No, I gotta actually play it. I gotta actually play it. Give me 1 second, guys. Shout out to everybody that's on the stream. One second. Hold on 1 second, guys. I'm gonna play it. This is one of the great. It's one of the great statements in late U.S. history. So I gotta play it again. I'm not sure which one it actually is, so let me see. Let me fix something real quick. Fix the sound. Fix the sound. Come on, guys. All right. There. All right. Let's see.
I was the state before you took me in.
That's not it.
I mean, you're talking about release the list, right?
There
The
you go, right
Epstein
here.
list, release the files, and so on. Why?
Here we go.
Why? You already know a huge number of people who were associated with Epstein. Clinton, Dershowitz, Chomsky, Steve Bannon, Donald Trump.
There we go.
I mean, you're talking about release the list, right? The Epstein list, release the files, and so on. Why? Why? You already know a huge number of people who were associated with Epstein. Clinton, Dershowitz, Chomsky, Steve Bannon, Donald Trump, Peter Thiel. So what? What have you done about it? Nothing. What have you done? So why would any more names make a difference if you got more names? What's the difference? Just more people that you won't do anything about. More crimes that you won't do anything about. You know, you just keep asking for the files, actually, as a way to justify or to rationalize you not doing anything. You know, like, if only we had the files, we'd take action. Too bad they won't release the files, otherwise we could go completely ballistic. No one believes you. You're not fooling anyone. It's like those old...
Hold on. That's the one with the music in it. I'm actually not looking for that one. Okay, y'all get the picture. So you know, you got these Epstein files, right? That everybody was going crazy over. Now they released them, and what? Got crickets, right? You got the Trump supporters like, look, yeah, he's not on it. Let's move on it now. Like, Man, we are living in the twilight zone. I gotta take a deep breath. I mean, this is crazy. My desert peace trade beat. I don't know what's going on in the comments. But anyways, right, your end is near. It's crazy. It's crazy. We're literally in the upside down, man. I mean, they throwing so much stuff at us, you know. So, these Epstein files, everybody's talking about it, and like, oh, and, and they're like, and then you got other people like, yeah, we told you. See, you didn't listen to us. We told you about all the stuff. Now all of a sudden, the sheep flock are awake, right? Oh, they released the Epstein files, which is some bullshit, right? Some shit they just want out there to bring down their own, their own card game, right? Because they got a right to destroy their system. You got to understand, they got a right to destroy their system. Yeah, I ain't gonna fight for something they stole a long time ago. I mean, seriously. So they got a right to take down their system that they built. Because they done raped everything out of it. Ain't nothing else to do. Think about it. They took it to the max. Now they see the global economy coming forth, and they like, shit, we couldn't bomb our way to control, so let's just fall back for 100 years. We'll try it again. You know? And there's people that still think that it's one world order and one government is in control. The Jesuits, people think that the Jesuits are in control and all this other stupid shit, right? The Jesuits are running the world. Like, bro, come on, man. Seriously. Stupid shit. Don't even make any fucking sense. That's like preschool Star Wars narrative and shit. The dark side is running the universe. Is there secret societies? Hell yeah. All right. Are they involved in the government? Hell yeah. All right. But everybody not on the same team. Sorry. They would have had their New World Order back John F. Kennedy days. It ain't working like that. Don't work like that at all. So, people can believe it, whatever they want to believe, but I can see what's right in front of me. Now that again, the Super Bowl, man, we should be paying close attention to that shit. They got two bum teams in there, really nobody's. So, I'm gonna be glued to it. Watching the subliminals and the bullshit they throw in there. I haven't heard much about security. Last year, all it was security. You mean to tell me the Biden administration's Super Bowl? Oh no, it was still Trump's Super Bowl, wasn't it? I can't remember. Yeah, it was still Trump's Super Bowl. What I'm talking about. But last year was all about security. Like you couldn't come. I mean, that thing was unbelievable security. They said it was the safest place in the world. This year, I haven't heard that rhetoric. So, but I really haven't been paying attention. So, I don't know. But one thing I do know is I'll be glued. And, Seattle is going to walk away with that game. All right? Subliminally. The only way I think New England wins is they want to, show cheating. It'll be controversy. It'll be some controversy is the only way that the Patriots win. I don't see The narrative of Patriots winning because it's Patriots and Trump and all that. Nah, not when you're destroying the country. Unless they want to, get the get the, you know, the Patriots all round up like they are winning. That's the only way I see it. But I see the bird versus the Patriots. Nah, you know. No, but it's the perfect setting. You got Patriots versus the most liberal city in America. I mean, who couldn't see that? So definitely something everybody should be watching because you got the liberalist city in the country, then you got the Patriots, which is, I mean, it is what it is. You got the owner Koch. We already know he's a flaming psychopath. So think about that. You know, think about that. And then you got the two. You got the TPL USA halftime show, and you got the Spanish halftime show in the height of immigration uh, immigration uh, turmoil I wouldn't be surprised if they had goddamn ICE come and arrest Bad Buddy on stage or somebody in his entourage or something on stage in front of everybody. I wouldn't be surprised. These sick ass people, they got some shit up their sleeve. So but yeah, man. Yeah. So that's basically what I wanted to come in here and talk about is, you know, people should be able to see that they are targeting white America, white privilege, white supremacy, white entitlement. They are targeting that. And I told people, I said, white folks aren't, unfortunately, white people are not a protected class of citizen. They are under the United States Constitution, but not under the political ideologies and rhetoric. All right? They just murk two people in the streets and you don't see anything. All right? How many white folks have been shot by police? You don't get anything. But on the other side, when it's time to push an agenda, boom, they on top of it. They go straight. They've been doing this for a long time, man. Playing this little game back and forth, and now you see the target is they're zeroing in on them, you know, zeroing in. So it is what it is. And then also look at Trump administration. It's all white folks, and they deliberately have done that to make it look like white supremacy, because that's what they're showing to the rest of the world, and how a brick system would be a lot better because of this white supremacy. Okay, if the United States isn't a player anymore, it gives a black, a brown, and a diverse color for a global economy, and it's exactly what they want. So the people that pull Trump's strings, right? We already know. These investors, these private investors and bankers and elites. Hey, here, do this, do that, do this, do that. Make us all look goofy. Make us all look crazy. You know, it is what it is. So, and you're gonna see even more next week. There's gonna be something new come out. They ramping all this crap up, man. You know. So, Space Monkey, I don't know what you talking about there, my brother. But shout out to all you guys that are tuned in. And all you guys that tune in later, man. I always, rock out with y'all. Love y'all. But I mean, here we are. And again, everybody needs to be looking for alternatives. You know, together is better. You know, and this is what they do. This is like, foreigners showed us what to do, like Arabs owning all the corner stores. They didn't own all the corner stores because, they were special. They owned them because they all helped each other out. Because why? They're just born with that. Hey, when Italians came over here, the Polish came over here, Germans came over here. Half of my family is German. That's what they did. You know, my uncle and aunts had a super successful meat market in Rochester, New York, number one in Rochester. People used to come from Buffalo just to go get meat, in Syracuse just to go get meat from their meat market. And they made themselves super, super wealthy. All right? And why? They stuck together. Big family stuck together. They helped each other out. Same thing with the Polish. And what they do in the community that they had in Rochester, they all helped each other out. All the meat markets helped each other out. It wasn't, I'm going to be me. Da, 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 da. Everybody helped each other out. It still exists in places, they help each other out, get a store, they help their brother, their cousin, their uncle, whoever, their sons, get a store, get a business, boom, and they keep it going. Americans, we ain't been trained to do that. We were going to school, they say, hey, you guys look at the Arab stores. You see how they stick together? Teach it, teach an economics class and business. Look at how they, go visit at the corner stores that we go to every day. Take a trip to a corner store. Where's the field trip today? Well, we're going to Allah Akbar store. And then we're going to Shima Hemoglobin store over here. We're going to see and talk to them about how they did it so you guys can have a better future and not be slaves. Nah, they didn't teach us that shit. They didn't teach us none of that shit. They taught us to be little worker bee slaves, little workers, right? They didn't teach us to go into our own hoods where we already went every single day to get candy and shit to keep us all hyperactive and shit and whatever else and buy our mom and dad cigarettes and beer and shit when we could do that. That's the era I come from. My mom give me money, I go to the store, buy her beer and cigarettes. So, hey man, they ain't teach us none of that shit. Go in these small businesses. Oh, how'd you start your business? Take a field trip. Now they want to take it to the fucking museum and the zoo and shit. Stupid. Planetarium. Go look at the planetarium and Smithsonian. We learned some dumbass shit. Stupid. Here, learn X plus Y equals Z, X, O, and fill in the blanks. And Johnny had 6 watermelons. He had 2 watermelons. He ate 1. How many does he have left? The fuck? Who gives a fuck? Let me use common sense. Put some watermelons in front of my ass. Let a couple of our classmates eat the motherfuckers, and then I could tell you how many's left. They ain't tell you math was there to reconfigure our brain to think a certain fucking way. And wonder why we all so fucked up. And you got people running around talking about, oh, I'm math. I'm a math scholar. Fucking math scholar. You just told me you're probably the dumbest motherfucker on the planet. And there is good math, for building, measurement, shit like that, but there's junk math that makes your brain frazzle-dazzled. I did video on that years ago. So, I think I might have went it wrong. So, yeah, they didn't teach us nothing, man. So, it's crazy. But yeah, man, look into that. What's coming, and unfortunately, we got to look at our situation here, man. I mean, it's crazy to say. We just got to look at it. You know, if you see these people this irate and crazy over some immigrants, imagine if somebody fucks with them. You know, imagine when they tell them, hey, look, we're gonna raise your taxes by 85%. All right. No, I'm pissed now. We're gonna go. Come on, we gotta go. We gotta go demonstrate. We gotta go protest. Look at yeah. Come on. Oh, you like guns, don't you? No, they just beat up a couple of our protesters for being angry because they raised the tax 85%. No, we're gonna bring our guns this time. Oh, wait. You just were complaining and crying and telling these leftist dumbass liberals who just had a gun, didn't pull it out, didn't show it, didn't brandish it, didn't broadcast it or nothing, but you want to go take your AR-15 now because you're mad, and they just knocked out about 15 of y'all motherfuckers the prior day, and now there's laws and rules in place where you can't take it out. Remember you were cheering for it a few months ago? Voila. Surprise, bitch. You were the fucking target all along. That's where this shit is headed. So, it is what it is. That's where it's headed. That's the hard pill people don't want to swallow. Because I already see it in all the surrounding areas in Rochester, New York. All the surrounding bougie, they call them bougie towns, where all the people with money live, are being all turned upside down. And I see all the people complaining about, from the schools to the taxes, how the government's being ran. They're letting these people in. The new restaurant pops up. It's not it's not a chain fucking GMO restaurant. They're all complaining, oh, another restaurant, that's all we need. Oh, it's the Chinese or Indian this time. So raised. I mean, this is the shit that's disgusting, man. Like, well, wait. Who said they own the town? You know, because y'all were gassed to move out there and paid much more for a freaking house. Now I didn't realize it was going to come out there. They built some apartments. They're going to, oh, no, they're going to freaking let low-income people in here. Like, I mean, it's just, y'all probably see it in your neighborhoods and in your cities, too. Same rhetoric. And that's the rhetoric they're eliminating. You know? That's what they got out there. They're eliminating. You know? They're the ones that complaining about digital ID, gonna be the first one to get digital ID. They're all screaming, oh, we need voter ID. Yeah? Don't worry, you're gonna get a lot more than voter ID. That's what I tell them. They're like, y'all begging and pleading for voter ID, y'all gonna get voter ID. It's gonna be called the digital ID. Then what are you gonna say? Well, it's not that bad. At least it's voter ID is involved in it, too, and I'll accept that. No more illegals. Ice, baby. All the stupid rhetoric they say. I was on another post today, guys. I kid you not. This post was about, what was it about? What was it? I think it was like some school teacher or some shit got in trouble for some pedo shit or something. So then, right in the comments, ice, baby. I'm like, what the fuck does ice, baby got to do with this? So I left the comments to talk about some, yeah, y'all just forgot about the Epstein files, huh? They just magically forget about it. They brought it out, and now, oh, I saw this post. They were like, this is the rhetoric that comes from these people. Yes, they released the Epstein files. Trump's not on there, so get on with your life. Anyone still dwelling on it, they're a child trafficking pedophile themselves. I'm like, wait a minute, what? Your own people in your own parties and belief systems are still saying the same damn thing. I mean, it's unbelievable, man. It truly is. What we're watching is just unbelievable. You know. Let's see. What are y'all talking? The cuts numbers only mean whatever you want them to mean, but doesn't mean it's true. Sorry, at your your info for mind of like response felt. Oh, talking about your end is near. Contradiction. They're addicted to contradicting. I don't know what the hell you're talking about. Was good, Flint got slapped. We slapped. What the fuck y'all talking about? I don't know what y'all talking about. But, oh, God. Uh, so, what else we got? There was something else I wanted to dive into. Something else. Something else I wanted to dive into. It's slipping my mind right now, but let me see if I'll refresh my memory real quick. Let's see. Uh, uh, if you think it's crazy, Epstein won the lottery twice. Wait until you learn how many of the Sandy Hook heroes have one sense of handicap. Oh yeah, did y'all hear about that? I think I talked about the last time Epstein. I didn't know he hit the lottery twice, but they said. I heard this was going around about the Sandy Hookers also hit the lottery, and I'm like, maybe that was a GoFundMe back then. Now they turned it into GoFundMe. You know, we already knew lottery was. We already knew nobody wins that shit. That's obvious. All you had to do was, because back in the days there were like lawyers that would propagate and promote like lottery winnings. We do lottery winnings, and then they stopped. And then when you looked into it, well, nobody was winning the lottery, so there was no business there for them to make any money. So that's funny. Never trust gambling fraud. So but yeah, man. So keep paying attention to what I'm saying, and you'll see it in the news more often. Them targeting white America. And when you see more and more of it, hey, just know that they are definitely taking it down brick by brick and piece by piece. So know they're taking it down. And brick by brick, meaning the bricks. Everything they're doing is setting up the bricks because they decided to align themselves with it. People are like, oh, that's been the best. That has not been the plan. You could see the plan, and then all of a sudden everything stops. No more, no more Afghanistan. No more Syria. No more, uh, whatever other conflict they was in, removing all the pieces off their chessboard, pulling people out, pulling people back. Why? Why they pulling all that back all of a sudden? You see, at one point they were at, I believe that was during Mr. 19. They had a huge, I think Mr. 19, last night I started pondering it a little bit, and I'm thinking like, I think, I think COVID-19 was a standoff, a really covert standoff. And I said that because that's when everything changed. Like they changed their whole tone and tune. It was like literally war. Like they was not playing. And I remember me and Wise would call each other and we would talk for hours about it. Like, yo, what do you think? Yo, this is crazy. Like, and I would show him stuff that I found that ain't touching. And it was about the oil stuff at OPEC and Russia. Like, that was like at the beginning. Russia was like, man, we're done. Like they were literally done, data, like done. And then the whole world shut down, you know? And then they slipped in something where with US dollars and there was going to be turmoil and them getting some kind of fund. It was like everything was wrapped up in the US dollar through this oil. And I guess it twisted Putin's arm to sign another short deal. But I'm telling you, I think COVID was a um, covert op that you know that during that time it was a war flex, there was a lot of stuff going down. I'll remember, real war shit was going down. But then it just all suddenly just turned and stopped. And what I come to learn is they changed their tune. You know, they changed their tune because the boys, these countries wasn't playing around. They weren't taking the bait. And again, I like to keep bringing my brother Wise up. We talked about this. He talked about his channel. You know, the big bully is mad. He's picking a fight with everybody. And nobody's biting. They just like shit. They're just telling each other to chill, 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 chill. Russia told Syria, just chill, y'all, chill out, man. Don't worry about it. They killed Salamite. Don't worry, man. In the end, we get it all. Don't worry about it. They went boom, they blew up. Man, but as soon as they killed Soleimani, they was blowing shit up. And no, they had to pump the brakes. Like, yo, chill, chill, chill out, relax. They came in with that deal. I'm telling you, this is what happened. This is what went down. You know, that new world order we was sold. Nah, no. Remember all the turmoil? Oh, Taiwan, they're sending ships over there to Taiwan, and they're gonna take Taiwan back. Nope. China just chilled, sit back, see what this little bully gonna try to do. Bully ain't do shit, nothing. They want to get a retaliation. That's like they literally went in. That's like they went inside your backyard, okay, picking a fight, and you knew better. You just say, we're gonna let him chill. Now, if he come a little too close and do something first, then we're gonna do something. But we're not gonna react. They're in the wrong. We know it. We know they're doing wrong. They're not supposed to be nowhere near our territory, and they over here provoking us. Don't do shit. Boom. They ain't did nothing. They was doing this all over the place, man. Nope. Don't do nothing. Russia and China just sitting back, chilling, relaxing. I don't hurry. You know, they're trying, the bully keep fucking with us. We gonna get the last laugh. Then they started attacking it economically. Okay? Boom, COVID comes. Oh, we're gonna show our might. We're gonna shut it down. Shit, you think China shut anything down? They made more shit. They were making more shit. You can't turn off the economy. And boom, when it turned it back on, trying to flood it every goddamn thing over here. Pennies on the dollar. Like, look, we giving your shit away. You know? Everything from freaking electronics to car parts to clothing to all that stuff. Flooded in here. Unauthorized use, whatever you want to call it. Non-releases. Boom. You can buy it from us. We'll give it to you pennies on the dollar. What they gonna do? They don't have no jurisdiction, that power over here. You know? Boom, tariffs. Boom, tariffs, tariff. Boom, tariff. So yeah. So pay attention, man. This ain't the new world order like you've been sold. They're gonna come in, the Jesuit elite Illuminati is gonna come in and they're gonna run it all at the top. And we're all gonna be slaves under them. No, sorry. Not right now, not this time. Better look around. Is there gonna be order? Hell yeah, there's gonna be order. You got a new economy. That economy's got to be protected. You know? It's going to be protected. Got to make it work. So that's what happened. You see the slow pull out of businesses and these large corporations to align themselves with it. Couldn't be more obvious to me. You know, the whole EV crap, they couldn't sell it to the world. So now they came up and said, well, you know, we had this infrastructure for EV. Well, look, boom, AI data centers. Sell that to the world. We'll be the global hub of the AI data centers. Well, we got a bad reputation. I mean, look, we fucked up the whole fucking world there, Jimmy. Well, I know, but I mean, think about it. We'll put out the AI, we'll release it, we'll just throw it out there right now. Let people, you know, get it, they love it, you know, da-da-da. And we'll just say, look, these countries, look, AI data centers. These countries like, look, we ain't about to eliminate all our people's jobs. Fuck what y'all talking about. We like the technology, it's cool. But we're not looking to replace each other. Better start looking at these other economies, see if they're doing this shit. Remember, this government said they wanted you an electric vehicle, no gas option. Bitch, basically punishing you. Over there, they making gas and electric and gas that powers the electric. So you ain't gotta plug it in. They would never bring that over here while this structure we got is functioning. Hell to the no. You mean to tell me you got a gas and powered car that you don't even got to plug in? No, you can't be that free because that gas car could power that car up. Shit. We so far down and it's not even funny. And we ain't even going to talk about health care. Because there's no health care in the United States. That's for sure. I'll never forget my wife said, where is all the medicine? She couldn't find the medicine. She said, there's no medicine in America. She hit me to her world, and there's medicine everywhere. Okay? That ain't that's outside. You know, and she hit me to like their medicine. And it's sad, man, when you break it down, like all the stuff that can be cured here for damn near free. And to make it so bad, if you try to ship these medicines over here, that is just plants. It's more restricted than fucking drugs, man. It blow your mind. I'm like, wait a minute. I was just like, well, why can't we just bring this? Call your people back home and have them send it. She's like, oh no, they can't. They make big trouble. Got a hold of one of the doctors. Doctor said, no. He said he did it years ago, and the person got in big trouble when they got over here. Big trouble. You know, you got U.S. Customs and shit coming after you for a goddamn plant that ain't even registered as a drug, ain't even registered as a narcotic, none of that shit. It's just straight. It's a forbidden. Like, that's crazy. It's forbidden, and it's just medicine that cures you. That's it. That grows outside in China, and in Taiwan, Thailand, Vietnam, uh, Cambodia, over there in Asia. All this shit grows. It's unbelievable, man. You know. And then people will be like, well, how could you say this about this place? That you wanted to really, yeah, I want it. After all the stuff that I learned and know, yes, this place got to go. Sorry. It doesn't serve any purpose to any. What purpose does this place serve? When you stop and look at what we go through, how we got to go to the grocery store, how we got to go to, if you go to anything to do with healthcare, if you have your kids in school, look what we got to deal with, man. This place got to go. We can't just, we got to stop justifying abuse, neglect. We got to stop doing that, man. I'm the motherfucker that, hey, look, my relationship is fucked up. Hey, it's gotta go. So I'm already that. I'm not attached to nothing. I see things for what it is. We can't keep sugarcoating our existence in this bitch. Look at it for what it is. This place don't serve any What purpose does this place serve? It's for the masters who want to follow the masters that want you dead anyway. I ain't worried about no damn government. I'm worried about its citizens. It's far more dangerous than the government could ever be. You know? They created these creatures and they're all around us. So, you know, because I think and think and think, and I'm like, no, you gotta face it. Once you face it, yeah, this place gotta go. You know, get out of my house. You gotta get out of here. And that's what people need to realize and come to. Say, nah, you know what? We're done with this place. You know, man, if millions of people woke up tomorrow and said, you know what? What is this BRICS thing? Let's talk about it. What's going on? And when they start talking about it, man, people like say, let's go vote for the BRICS. Get these people out of here. Because that sounds a hell of a lot better than us. But we know that ain't going to happen because there's people got this orange demon in them. You know? It is. It is, Space Monkey. That's the most fucking common sense things I've ever heard you say, Space Monkey. Thank you. You say a lot of dope shit. I know. You're different. But the same. But it's got to go. This place got to go. This place don't serve any of us any good. And if you believe it's serving you good, you in a fucking illusion. Okay? Can you find good? Of course. All right? There's good in all bad relationships. No? You can find some good, but I ain't looking for good to patch it up one day, and then the next day be all fucked up. And then the next day is good, next day is fucked up. You know, it's a bad relationship, man. It's got to go. You know? I mean, you think about it. Think about it, man. It serves nobody no good anymore. You know? So, don't serve anybody any good. So, you have to say what y'all want, believe what y'all want. It is what it is. I just come here. Shit I give you is straight what I see and what resonates in my damn heart. This place is bad shape. not the place, but the system is in place. The system's got to go. So like I said, man, start looking into the new global economy. You know, there's a lot out there. I'm looking more in depth, you know, but from what I'm seeing, the easiest thing to do is put your body in an area where that system is. It's gonna be. Eventually, it'll be back here, so you'll be able to come back. You know, that's the way I look at it. I look around. It's not a place you want to be for a transition. You know, who wants to be? You know, okay, not your own self, but if you ever seen, you've been in a bad relationship and you got a lot and it's over, man, you never want to go through that shit again, right? So now you got a friend that's going through that shit. You want to help them, but you don't want to see that shit. But you know what you've been through and what they about to go through. So you be like, look, man, you should get out or come over here or do this or let things, sort itself out, and you'll be all right. But you got to remove yourself from that. Even in your own situation, you got to remove yourself from that situation. Same dilemma, you know. You got to remove yourself from the situation. That's the only logical thing I see, during this transition. You know? Because, as one guy was trying to argue with me, he's like, oh, yeah, I understand what you're saying. We'll be okay. There'll be another system that we can get in. No, man, it's not okay. Don't work like that. And I was like, explain how it would work. And he just couldn't. Because I've already sat there and thought about, oh, how could it work? You can't do it. It's impossible. If you know how the system is set up and structured and all that, and what's coming on, you can't do it. It's something that's going to go through a drastic period of issues. I mean, seriously. So just think of a business. Think of a simple business that's transitioning. It's not open, and then all of a sudden, it's another business the next morning. Oh yeah, it's a new business. I mean, yeah, businesses have done that. They've been taken over by other businesses, and I'm talking a whole new business. Like, you're not gonna come in and one day you're Johnny Appliances, and the next day you're freaking, Bob, the construction company. No, there's got to be some changes, remodeling, and all kinds of shit, new staffing, training, all kinds of shit before you get back open. So you just cannot. What you call? You're welcome. Thank you. Sorry, I'm just. If you're thanking me, I don't know what's going on in the comments, but if you're thanking me, thank you. Because if I do something that you could thank me, thank you. Because you're actually giving it to me. So I'll tell you, that was my first choice. Mexico was definitely my first choice. Y'all know that I've talked about it for years. But it's now my second choice. I have another first choice in mind. So yeah, that would be my second choice. It used to be my first. And there's no reason why it's not my first that changed my mind. It's just situationships changed my mind. So it's now second. It could still be a possible first, but It's not second for any bad reason. I would, choose that over a lot of different things. But even that, they really, you know, United States is paying them a lot of money to stifle people going there. But I was on the expats group yesterday, and still looking promising for all that down there. And they loving it down there, man. They're looking back and here like, God, I'm so glad I'm not a part of that. They're like, I'm glad. People are saying that, oh yeah, I used to be a part of that. Man, this is the best choice I've ever made in my life. They love it in Mexico. It said just to be away from that environment, meaning the people, you know? And that's why I loved South Texas, because I didn't feel like I was in America because everybody was Mexican. 95% of Mexican. And, you got to tell it like it is. U.S. citizens are some disgusting fucking creatures, and you really don't want to be around them. I mean, this is what it is. You don't want to be around them. A lot of y'all agree. Truth fighters just tell me that shit all the fucking time. You can't stand it. She said they stink, you know? So it is, man. They just don't, it's different. They don't treat you like shit. Go in places, it's just hot. I couldn't fucking believe it. I'm in a Walmart, a Home Depot, and they're like greeting me, walking there, getting shit for me. Oh, I'll get that for you. Carry. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm not used to this. I told the one guy, I said, look, man, where I come from, y'all don't do that. He look at me like, huh? I'm like, yeah, y'all usually don't do that up there. I like barely a motherfucker that want to work, let alone do this. Well, we like to help out each other. Exactly right. And down there, business. I wonder where my boy Eric is at. Eric Thompson. He lives in McAllen. You know, down there, everybody helps each other out, man. Car breakdown, you see 20 motherfuckers stop to help a person. I remember I was driving and one of my ramps fell off the trailer. I ain't even know. Guy was blowing his horn, talking, point next to me. Yo, you dropped something. Look back, I'm like, what the fuck? There was another truck behind me, picked it up. He brought it to me while I was still on the fucking highway. And I pulled over, we put it back on, and they said, thank you. He's like, oh yeah, we see you. You lost it. I'm like, what? And there was another time that something happened. I had to stop on the side of the road, man. Bad people stop. I'm like, oh no, I got it, man. I'm good. Thank you. You sure? You sure, Holmes? I'm like, no, we're good. You know? Jesus Christ. I think we just married man I've seen my life. So yeah, that's why I like South Texas, because it was just beautiful. Beautiful people. Business is booming everywhere. Everybody was help each other out. It was so nice. So many good people. So yeah, man. But it's sad that we got to say this about our own country. Lost because people got no morals, no principles, nothing. You know? No foundation. What's their what's a U.S. citizen foundation? What's an American foundation that you stand on and it's a principle? Like, try to think of it. Other people got, they got things they stand on. Family. You can say that to some people that say family. Oh, what they talk about. But you could look at Americans and they say family, they're talking like just immediate family, like whoever's in their fucking household. They don't give a fuck about, you know. And I learned that being in down in South Texas. When they say family, oh, they meant family. They meant shit, big ass motherfucker family. Anybody down there will tell you, oh, bro, everybody knows everybody. Family's so big. They ain't fucking lying. When they say what means the most to you, family, they're talking about every fucking body. They ain't talking about who's in the house. That's just common sense. They're talking about every fucking body. They uncle on drugs on the street. You best believe somebody fuck with him. Shit. It's like fucking one of their children. They gon' hey, that's just how it is. They ain't throw nobody's a throwaway. They uncle in jail. They don't give a fuck. They drunk up. Everybody is family. You know? It's different, man. And it's fucked up. You know? I was always observant to a lot of shit. And I'm like, man, they really fucked us up. But that's how black folks was. We had big families. White folks was big families. You know? It done swindled us into what? Oh, get out on your own, you know? The American dream, you know? Leave it to Beaver type shit. Crazy. No honor, no respect for life, none of that shit. It's crazy. No integrity, nothing. Sad. It's a sad, sad time. You know, it's like I told you about that fucking new death bill that Kathy Hochul's trying to sign, and I looked at the comments. It was fucking disgusting, man. They're like, oh, it's about time, you know, people don't have to suffer. I'm like, these some low life, these some fucking losers, man. Some low life scumbag ass losers, you know? Say some shit like that, you know? Scumbags. Some damn scumbags. Same people that put their people in a nursing home. Crazy, man. But I never where this photo at? I always keep this photos. Remember this, y'all? Remember that? Remember this? Remember this? Yep. You put them in there. You put them in there, and then this happened to them. And you want to blame somebody else. Remember back then, I was furious. Not at the government. Yeah, they did that. But I'm more mad at y'all put them in there. What selfish, fucked up ass, nasty, sick, disgusting, twisted reason you got to put your loved one in a place like that? It ain't. There is zero excuse for that. Oh, I can't take care of him because I can't. And I get it. Some people may need some help. Like, two people are just elder and, now they can't help anybody. But even so, that goes back into the whole family thing. How did the family get down to two fucking people or three people or, just a couple people like my family? You know, my like outside family, probably like a lot of y'all's. Everybody separated, you know. Now I could get that part. You really can't. There's no choice, But this shit you're seeing in this photo, that's a choice. All right. It's just people don't want to be bothered. It's a burden to them. Disgusting, man. This shit, all this stuff leads up to why this place. It just is what it is, man. And when you look at the world and how the world is looking at the United States, all this shit fits. You know? The world has watched their people be destroyed, killed, land stolen, and destroyed. Livelihoods. They've seen their countries destroyed. And if it wasn't destroyed by bombs, and war, it was destroyed by economic warfare. Right? And if it wasn't destroyed by economic warfare or bombs, it was destroyed by weather warfare, dried out. Disgusting, man. Sick and disgusting. And this is where we dwelling at. We over here complacent than a motherfucker, man. Just complacent as a motherfucker. And you got motherfuckers over here talk about some deport them all. Get them out of here. Ice, ice, baby. Same motherfuckers that was cheering bombs falling on countries, killing old, children, women, elderly. Sick, man. Sick and twisted, man. Truly is disgusting. Sad and disgusting. Can y'all still hear me? Let me know if y'all can still hear me. Give me a thumbs up. Give me a thumbs up. And again, I appreciate everybody. Claiming it was the Jesuits' satanic lying about death is absolutely cuts. Oh, shit. All right, good. Thanks, Dubs. Again, shout out to all you guys. And anybody who watches this later, yeah. But it is like I had made a post, right? I said, people allow stray dogs in their home. They see a stray dog on the street, they'll pick it up. They'll go to the community, they'll find it a new home. They'll feed it, they'll wash it, they'll clothe it. They're like, oh, that's so sad. But when you got a human being on the street, a motherfucker drives by them, looks down upon them, judges them. Well, they probably deserve that shit. Get a job. Same people saying get a job are the same people that's telling motherfuckers deport them all. People ask me, on some of the posts, well, let them in your house. How many you got in your house? What the fuck you talking about? I'd let an immigrant in my house. I don't give a fuck if y'all call them illegal or some shit like that. How the fuck you know they're illegal? They don't even know what illegal is. I don't. What the hell? So human beings would rather pick up stray fucking dogs and help them than to help out somebody else. You know? Instead of demanding a fucking goddamn mercenary cult to deport the people, why don't you stop, talk to some of these people, okay? You got trans. I don't know if you don't know English or some stupid shit. I mean, you don't know Spanish or whatever fuck language they speak. There's so many apps. Ask them what's going on. Ask them how they got here. Ask them. You'll find out these motherfuckers came in the right way. They got paperwork. And then ask them, say, hey, baby, you wanna become legal? I'll help you out. Come on. See, that's how it should be. Where the instant rage, hate come from? You just hate somebody because what? Because the news told you? And believe me, these are all tests, man. These are all tests. You know? Shit, if I was a, I ain't gonna say that. I would say if I was a flagrant psychopath, right? And I was in charge, and I was like, damn, I programmed these people this fucking crazy. I'm like, they need to be destroyed themselves. I mean, these people got no nothing. Just as shallow as we are, but at least we got some kind of sense. You know, we go about balancing karma out, but these motherfuckers don't know nothing about balancing karma out. They just all out. These people are worse than the devil. The devil has balance. These motherfuckers ain't got balance. They can't get this fucking people. That's what they're saying. They say, you know, there is a perpetual balance in this. Already know what happened. Let me know if y'all heard me. Let me know if y'all can hear me. The phone died, so I had to switch devices. Loud and clear. All right, cool. Cool. So, hold on one second, guys. Drink some water real quick. But again, shout out to all you guys. Wait, you could hear? Yeah, but you can't really hear me? Oh, hold on. I think the Bluetooth is on. All right, what about now? Let me know if that's better. Let me know if that's better. Is this better now? Let me know. It sound like I climbed out of the water. That's better? Okay, yeah. The Bluetooth was on. I was going through the Bluetooth speaker. All right, so it's clear. I'm just gonna make sure this is clear. Play the refresher. Yeah, man, I got a YouTube strike. Let's see. Oh, no, that's the other channel. Okay. Second guard. Well, listen to some of this. Epstein. Oh, man. Come on. Hold on, guys. Y'all can hear me clear, right? Just making sure I'm clear. Never mind, I'm not going to do that. All right, cool. Sorry about that. Technical difficulties. So, yeah, man. Um, shout out to all you guys. I'm probably going to go for another half hour or whatever. Um, yeah, probably go for another half hour. But what else am I going to embargo on? There was one other thing that I wanted to touch on, but uh, oh, yeah. Y'all seen Bitcoin? Bitcoin and went crazy crash. Bitcoin is like, what is it at now? I know a lot of people don't care about it, but I'm just saying. A Bitcoin crash, but I just think that they're trying to get people to buy the Bitcoin. See what it's at right now. It then went up to 70,000, but I think they're trying to get people to buy it. And then you're going to see the price of gold dip down again, and then go back up. Because the gold is now down a little bit, but it's going to go down around about 4,000. It'll go down to about 4,000 before April, and then it'll make a rebound again. But that's only because right now a lot of things, everything in the global, like everywhere is slow. Everything is slowed down. Like the whole economy has slowed down. You know, travel is, well, in the United States, according, based on a dollar bill, is down. People ain't coming to the United States as much. You know, everything's expensive as hell, but it's crazy. Well, they do things according to the sun. You know, after like March 21st or whatever, you'll start to see the rebound. You know, gold is actually a part of, you know, the sun. So right now it's in a rebirthing phase. So it's going to go down and then it's going to go up. I believe it'll hit 6,000, which is crazy for gold. I had an old gold chain that's worth about 10 grand now. It's crazy. And I think it was like 35 I paid for it back in freaking when I was 18. That shit's worth over 10,000 right now. That's crazy. Crazy how much gold is. But the Bitcoin is down to 60. It's up to 70 now. But I think they just want to get people to buy back into it. But you know, it's freaking Donald Trump though. He's sure doing a number, man. He's sure doing a number. Like, can you believe I can't believe that they're actually owning. I got to make sure that's true. That he's owning that Obama post. Like, that's crazy. Like, that's like deliberate, you know? Let me see. Look at that. First thing come up, Trump. See, it even says it right here. 4 hours ago, Trump removes it. Video of racist clip depicting Obamas as apes. That's crazy. It's owning it. It says right here, U.S. President Donald Trump has removed a social media video which included a racist clip depicting Barack and Michelle Obama as apes. The clip set to the song "The Lion Sleeps Tonight" was at the end of a 62-second video he shared containing claims about voter fraud in 2020 at the presidential election. Speaking to reporters on Friday, Trump said, "I didn't make a mistake." He added he only seen the beginning of the video before it was posted by a staff member and didn't know it contained that depiction of the Obamas. You see how they do it? They do it to where like it's an open-ended. Did he do it or didn't he not do it? And you know he don't tweet nothing, post nothing. But can you believe that shit? You know? Can you believe that? Like, because this morning I saw it, they were claiming AI, it's not real. I'm like, oh, okay, yeah. Most likely, I was like, the president wouldn't do that shit. And lo and behold, they did it. Like, what? You know, like, what? I mean, no, like, they could have even lied and said it was AI and everybody would have believed it. He came out and claimed it. Like, they're deliberately doing this stuff, man. It's crazy. You know, it makes me think that, man, they're accelerating this crap, man. Because they're putting stuff out to where you could keep going by ignoring it, but you can't come back off of this stuff. You know? It's crazy, man. So they're doing a good job, guys. They're doing a good job. I wish I could like share a screen like a video and put a video on, but it don't work like that. It's just, I wish you could do it mobile, but you can't. Definitely can't.
I mean, you're talking about release the list, right? The Epstein list. I mean, you're talking about release the list, right?
Oh, shit. I was looking for a video. Can't find it. Quack coin or something. Come on. Sure. This exit. We almost missed it. I see that on Twitter, but didn't actually look at it. Yeah, I just seen it. I was like, oh, that's bullshit. And then I looked at it again. I'm like, yeah, it's right AI. But I was like, I checked it out because all this white supremacy, white privilege targeting they're doing. I'm like, wow, that's really interesting. I was like, it didn't matter if it's, to me, this morning when I saw it, I was like, well, it don't matter if it's fake AI or real. It's propagating in people's minds. Obama and Michelle as monkeys, and they're gonna, people are gonna have fun with it. And I was like, there's no way that Trump didn't. And later in the day, I find out he actually did post it. Like, what? I'm like, what the hell? Because originally the same spokespeople, the White House said it was not real, but then they came out and owned it. Like, what? I could have just kept out with that. I want to be transparent, I guess. Unbelievable. Crazy. So that's great. Oh, and then I was watching, that's what I wanted to talk about. The freaking, that's another thing is this stupid Epstein thing. But not only the Epstein thing, but with the stupid freaking Bill Gates and Melinda Gates. Melinda Gates did a video with Megyn Kelly, right? And she was like, basically, she ain't got nothing to do with nothing. I'm like, what? I was on High Impact Slicks channel, but she's claiming, I don't know what they did, this and that, ended up basically throwing Bill Gates under the bus. Now, where that's going to go, that's going to be interesting. Where they take that, that's going to be interesting. But, they're all playing their role, in the show. But I saw that video and I'm like, now this is interesting. You got one of the number one people on the planet, most well-known people in the world in a scandal. Like, what are they doing with that? Okay. What, that's crazy. So specifically, supposedly Bill Gates is giving away his entire fortune. Yeah, I saw that. Crazy. But to see it like the way they propagate it and like all these pictures coming out, and you could tell the pictures. I mean, these pictures are AI. Like, I'm like, okay, now they got this picture, now they got that picture, and you clearly, I studied the AI shit. All right, those are 100% AI photos. You could even put them in the AI. The AI could tell you that can't verify those or not. I'm like, okay, well, how do they got these photos so clean and clear when they didn't have digital cameras when some of those pictures were taken? All right, they had to be taken with a film. All right, and then put into the digital thing because the lighting, you could tell just by the lighting, the photos. I mean, come on. I used to play with cameras. I was fascinated with cameras. My family worked at Kodak, you know. My mom worked in the dark room. So, you know, I learned how to develop pictures. My babysitter was a photographer for a newspaper. So when I was young, I saw all this shit. I know how to develop pictures when I was freaking 8 years old, you know. Put in the two different formulas, being in the dark room all that time and, you know, developing the pictures. It was, you know, certain lightings, flashes, lenses, all that stuff plays in the part. I've looked at a lot of photos in my life to know that those ain't real photos. So, and then I've seen one of them where like Bill Clinton has an arm around the girl, and then you could tell. I'm like, they're blatantly, come on now, they're making this one obvious later. And I'm reading the comments, and nobody said, look at his arm. His arm can't even be in that position and that far around her. I'm like, these are blatantly fake. Like they're putting things in the photo so people can believe it, and then later point out that shit, look at it's AI or it's photoshopped or whatever. So as soon as I see a photo, I look for those features and I find them, you know? Then all of a sudden they got all these Epstein interviews all of a sudden. Like, wait a minute, what? It's crazy, man. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Cats on YouTube is pretty good information about new trends. Okay. Still got my damn shoes. Man. Well, shout out to the 15 people tuned in. I know it's late. It's good to see you guys. And whoever sees this later, shout out to you guys. But always good to come live. What's good, Rosin? Just sitting there shooting the shit, talking shit, telling people to pay attention to them degrading the minority. And another thing is, you know, white folks are, I mean, kind of like a minority right now, you know, but not really. But they're definitely, but yeah, you know, them files were made by AI. I can, everybody, you know, we can all see that. That might come out later. Oh, it's AI. It was AI photos, and they were lying about that. Here are the real ones. Like, what the fuck? You know? And it's ironic they bring all this stuff out when we're in the age of AI. They do that so people can question, never get the truth. You know, are there flaming psychopaths out there? Absolutely, without a doubt. Is it this story? Yeah, they loathe off of it. They loathe off of us knowing what they do. They like it. You know, they enjoy it. Right. I wonder who they're gonna make the saviors to be. Like, what group of people are gonna be the saviors? You know, that's the interesting part. So, because if when the U.S. collapse, the United Nations is going with it. With the way the United Nations is structured, it's going to go with it. Then people will really be scratching their head about the New World Order that we were sold. You know, so. But yeah, people got to understand what we've been sold, ain't it? There's not a fucking Jesuit fucking controlling the fucking whole entire world. And everyone's in line and conforming and everyone's going to be under it. No, man, what the fuck wrong with y'all? You know, that's stupid. That does not even, that, when you think about it, it's not even logical. You mean to tell me a nation that could annihilate those fucking people is afraid of them, so they're going to be under their control? That they already been under control for fucking how many years? Hell no. Winners come, you know, and powers grow. They're going to have mutual agreements, you know? So, I mean, when you see a country behind the scenes begging and pleading and like trying to make deals to like make something happen, you know that, and they're not even telling the American people, but you see it and you know what they're doing. Come on, man. That's not a, that's not, that's some shit where, man, you see it, you question it, like, okay, well, they wouldn't, if they had it in the back, they wouldn't need to do this part over here. They wouldn't need to do that part. They wouldn't be doing this part, that part, that part, if it was like we believed. And that's what I had to kind of realize when I started to see it. Like, yeah, there's no way, because what I'm seeing and what they're doing, and they're not even telling the American people, and they're not propagating it at all. They're actually hiding the shit. And that would mean that that part is real. Like, they're trying to make some kind of fucking these global deals to stay afloat, and the shit ain't working. You know? You've seen it. You've seen it. You could see it over the years. You know, like with Biden's BBB. You know, Build Back Better. You know, you had Obama's Trans-Pacific Partnership shit too. And then you had Biden try to do the Trans-Pacific, the PPP, the Pacific Trade Agreement or something. You know? And when all them shits fail, man, shit, it is what it is. You can actually go read them. You'll see these were global, you know, they were trying to get like global players to join in because of these bricks and Belt and Road nations. And nobody's having it, you know? And they done bombed a lot of these countries the past few years. Within the last 10 years, they done blew the shit out of some countries, sanctioned them, all because they wanted a part of the BRICS, you know? And they come to find out, negotiating through China and all this, and still at the end, still saying, you know what? We're going to keep on riding with you, you know? And they're like, well, we're getting, hurt, this and that, da-da-da, da-da-da. And then you'll see China get behind these nations. And then you see United States kind of fall back, step off, you know? Because if a little conflict starts, how you cover that shit up? You're not gonna cover it up. I had some dumbass say, well, they control the media. No, the fuck they do not. They control a lot of the media, but the opposition could get media over here and flood the media through all the algorithms. Remember when they were doing that during COVID? You had Anthony Blinken, Nancy Pelosi that was supposed to go over to Taiwan, and all of a sudden they came down with COVID. Man, that was Russia and China. They put that story out there, so they had to eat it. And it was another time where there was supposed to be a meeting, and then they had to come out and say somebody, I forgot who it was, had COVID, so they couldn't travel. They were legit doing this stuff. I mean, you go to bed at night, China up all night. You wake up in the morning, and there's a news story out that you tested positive for COVID. Y'all got to eat that. Y'all got to run with that now. You ain't gonna break. Now you mean tell me you're gonna hide and break all the shit, and you going over there with your own game? No, that was going on, man. That was going on. You know. So I don't got amnesia. I remember all that. So, again, seeing stuff like this, you know, okay, well, everybody ain't on the same page. They would have never did that. That would have never happened if they're going to come on, they're supposed to go over there, they're going to come on and say, look, I got COVID, I can't, now I can't go. No, that was the other media doing that. Or it'd be a scandal will break out. And next thing you know, they on TV trying to explain it. Well, that's because there's a whole nother media conglomerate that has the ability to use its media sources against you. I believe they did that with some of the people that got in trouble for like child stuff. They wake up, boom, they got a news story on TV about some scandal, and lo and behold, they got to eat that now. It's all over the news. They use those type of tactics, man, on each other. So crazy time. So yeah, thinking about to get ready to get up off here. Been going for 225 minutes. But shout out to everybody who's tuned in and watching this shit for as far as I can see. Good, you are a funny motherfucker, boy. I tell you. When I tune in to shit that I see, you tickle me, man. I be laughing so hard. You are hilarious. You are a really funny guy. You're good at it. You're good at, explaining shit in the funniest ways. I gotta give it to you. It's funny. Uh, man, it's hilarious. A lot of people like it. You know, I'm serious. Read Cause Ignited with the Bonshiri calculator. Kids. It's funny. You're hilarious. But yeah, I think that's about it for me. About to get up off here and go back into hibernating for a while, and you know, come back to tell y'all what I see. Well, what I definitely see is we gotta start looking at it for what it is, see what they're doing, and then slowly ripping the tentacles off of the United States Inc. and bringing that bad boy in. You know, bringing it on in. So, thanks, appreciate it. So yeah, man, keep it on out with that. This is what I'll put on out on the way out. I'm gonna play the same. Put up a thumbnail I got. Got any thumbnails on this phone? And a good thumbnail. This is one of my cartoons of the day. It's one of my other cartoons for the day. I sent this to the fucking the MAGA maniacs because I told them I supported Trump. Now I'm a Trump supporter because he's helping bring it on down. So I went ahead and gave them fucking funny as hell. They was big mad at that point. I dropped this one in there on them. They was big mad. They're fucking crazy, man. It's all the rhetoric they be doing. And I did this one to them. They were sitting up there. That's the type of shit they be doing. Oh no, I didn't put it up. That's the type of shit they be doing. It's the type of rhetoric they be on. See if they'll know. That's the type of shit that they be on. This is how they be. And I did this one. I be doing a little cartoon for there. It says, this is so true, man. These people are fucking nuts, man. They're crazy. These people are fucking crazy, yo. I had this one. This is what they be doing. I said, this is what y'all be doing to me. When I be seeing y'all in the comments, this is what you guys do. This is how they look too. Fucking crazy. But I'll leave it at that. But on that note, I'll talk to y'all later. And much love and pay attention. What the hell? What the heck is that? sec. On that note, I'm gonna leave it with the same song came in on Fake Spiritual Awakening. So I don't know if it ever comes back. So much love to y'all, and I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.
Peace and love, everyone. See it right, the Matrix on the track.
Peace and love, everyone.
I'm about to hit you with a dual chapter on the fake spiritual awakening that happened in the past 10 years. I call it the CIA-induced spiritual awakening. So sit back and enjoy. And don't shoot the messenger. Chapter 1. Let's go. It was a fake awakening, the sleep state, tuned into a dream state, mind deep, fake, created by guys, the seek, hate, programming your thoughts, EOMOE, brains bait, awaken for real and enlighten yourself, don't let them soul take, don't get caught in the deep dream state, wake up your mind that the CIA makes. The CIA has created a dream state, chemically, physically, emotionally induced deep state, programmed through experiments and psychological influence that we take. TV, movies, news, sports, entertainment, it's all been done since way back in the day. This information ain't nothing to play with. This is the triangle people talk about, the hidden hand. Secrets to man, new one know. Secrets they hold, old men, keys to the soul. Young and know, the rest don't know. They call it the Illuminati. They want your mind, soul and body, ancient symbolism, ancient wisdom, archetypal control, esoteric psychology. They get them written from the scroll. Nobody knows, let the truth be told. You ain't awake yet, well I'm here to let y'all know. It was a fake awakening, the sleep state, tuned into a dream state, mind deep, fake, created by guys that seek, programming your thoughts, GMOE, brains big, awaken for real and enlighten yourself, don't let them soul take. Don't get caught in a deep dream state. Wake up your mind that the CIA makes. They want your mind, they done this a long time. You need to come to the conclusion, it's all an illusion. Total mind, confusion, soul trap, brain contusion. Hollywood, one of the biggest mind influence machines on earth. Trapping you from the beginning, from the womb to the birth. Take your worth, this is the triangle people talk about. And when you know and understand it, the truth comes out. From Manny P. Hall to Timothy Leary and Joseph Campbell. Dark rooms, synagogues, tunnels to command you. Liquid candle, dark eyes staring at you. Satanic rituals, spiritual visuals. Demonic entities, energies, individuals. Snatching your soul with symbols and sigils. This is ancient knowledge, hidden powers. They know the symbols, they watching you through cosmic principles. Archetypes and propaganda, look at the screens, they trap you. What if I told you your awakening was created, manipulated, and manufactured? I ain't mad at you. It was a fake awakening, the sleep state, tuned into a dream state, mind deep, fake, created by guys that seek hate, programming your thoughts, GMOE, brains big, awaken for real and enlighten yourself, don't let them soul take. Don't get caught in the deep dream state. Wake up your mind that the CIA makes. Yeah. Write the major purpose. Let's go. CIA created hell. Yeah.
Millions of dollars would be spent on LSD research at universities throughout the country. And word would begin to spread on campus about this so-called mind-blowing drug. And suddenly, there was the counterculture of the 60s.
I give the CIA a total credit for sponsoring and initiating the entire consciousness movement, counterculture events of the 1960s.
Dr. Timothy Leary, the 1960s Johnny Appleseed of LSD.
The CIA funded and supported and encouraged hundreds of young psychiatrists to experiment with this drug. The fallout from that was that the young psychologists began taking it themselves, discovering that it was an intelligence-enhancing, consciousness-raising experience.
I know that some of the studies in which the CIA had supported used as subjects people who later became strong proselytizers of LSD. So, in that sense, yes, I think it did sustain the perpetuation of the use of the drug. And it's rather ironic, isn't it?
The counter case that I would make in relationship to that is to remember that the people who were doing the research were people who would be doing the research regardless of who was the sponsor. I don't think anybody working in that time in the remotest ever thought that it would blow up into the kind of thing that it did.
It was a fake awakening, a sleep state, tuned into a dream state, mind deep fake, created by guys that seek hate, programming your thoughts, GMO, weed, brains bake. Awaken for real and enlighten yourself, don't let them soul take. Don't get caught in the deep dream state. Wake up your mind that the CIA makes. As we go deep in this rabbit hole, there's some things you need to understand and deeply have to know. This is old, it's used with the combination of psychedelics, GMO food, synthetic medicines, and mass media mind control that they control you and mold you into creatures that you don't even know. Lose your soul, lose control. Directors of the show or the spirit of the human beings that they control. NPCs, that energy manipulation. This creates mental imprisonment and soul confinement across the nations. The CIA has a job and it's to control human behavior and intelligence. Unthoughtfulness and forgetfulness. It's an agency that gets paid for you to see total confusion. Keep living in an illusion. Burn your constitution. Central nervous system, brain fogging and dementia. A whole generation manufactured distractions equals no revolution. No shooting, this was his purpose, at least not nervous. They know they made you worthless, mind brain waves below the surface. Delta waves channel through inner workings, from alpha waves to the beta waves. They twisted your minds, dead in a maze, stuck in phase. They got you play. Yeah, it was a fake awakening, the sleep state. Tune into a dream state, mind deep fake, created by guys that seek hate. Programming your thoughts, GMO, weed, brains bake. Awaken for real and enlighten yourself, don't let them soul take. Don't get caught in a deep dream state. Wake up your mind that the CIA makes. Through music, movies, TV, and social media, they create an emotionally charged reactions. This makes it easy to steer socially and politically charged actions. All distractions, the government knows and understands. Rebellious would be in a critical pattern before they map this. Political movements created by critical solutions. Easily moving, easy to provoke, but they know they will never revolt. I look at political movements as a complete joke. Understanding at the top, they already choke, infiltrated and manipulated. CIA ops already contemplated. You need to wake up and understand that the hidden hand of a man hides like footprints in the sand. It gets washed away, but demoted again with the other hands. Your spiritual awakening is fake, it's CIA induced. Spiritual healing, the mind liberated feeling. Flat earth, round earth, dome ceiling. It's all fake and propagated and manipulated. Truth, movement, heavy manipulated. It was a fake awakening, the sleep state. Tune into a dream state, mind deep fake, created by guys that seek hate. Programming your thoughts, GMO, weed, brains bake. Awaken for real and enlighten yourself, don't let them soul take. Don't get caught in a deep dream state. Wake up your mind at the CIA makes. Yeah, right, the Matrix has been through it all. Through crystals, meditation, that crystal ball of predictions. Numerology, astrology, ancient traditions. All these things were used and abused. Manly P. Hall taught us about its use. Bringing Eastern teachings to the Western modern world would open up a door of darkness, unpearled. Mental telepathy, I hope y'all understand where I'm getting, you see. Most people are still plugged into the Matrix, believing and dreaming, thinking they're awake to some new unfounded meanings. Esoteric teachers, that's the spiritual healing, the spiritual feeling. Yeah, you need to understand that many of these practices will open you up. Fake love, cause the hidden hand wants to place inside you no love.
demonic dimensions, astral projections, yoga and mind, altered perceptions. Open your spirit up for demonic possessions. Open attention so you had eyes to see. You would understand, these are negative dark entities. You need to fight, spread light, get them gone. That's all I got for this deep song. Understand the enlightenment, that yeah right, the matrix is on. Detached from these attachments, they were all created by the CIA factions. It was a fake awakening, the sleep state. Tune into a dream state, mind deep fake, created by guys that seek hate. Programming your thoughts, GMO, we brain space. Awaken for real and enlighten yourself, don't let them soul take. Don't get caught in a deep dream state, wake up your mind at the CIA. Much love everybody, yeah, right, the matrix out. I hope you can understand what's happening. CIA and mind control, big faction. Huh.